Hey guys, I had somebody write to me today. It was in the comments section, and I'm not sure why he wrote this because it was kind of stupid what he said. He seems to think that if you live in a lower cost apartment, that you're not making a lot of money or what have you, or you don't have a lot of money, and you're living like that because you have to. Okay, and I'm going to answer this guy because a lot of guys here choose to live cheaper and in apartments like I live in, because when you go to see the apartments, and there's gated communities right down the street here. They're not too far away from me. They're over in General Trias, and I've looked at those a long time ago. I've looked at other ones around here. I've looked over at Hope. Hope is tiny. They're charging $500 and $600. Yeah, it's a gated community, and they're really not that nice. They're super tiny. They're pretty little apartments. Yeah, some of them are a little bit bigger than other ones. Um, One of them is probably pretty close to the size of this one, but it's small. It's small, and then they have another one. It's really kind of tiny. It's like a sliver over there. And a lot of people always comment about my house, say it's a shoebox or it's the size of a small bathroom or something. It's nothing could be further from the truth. Anybody that's been in my house has said that for a small apartment, it's very comfortable, and it is very comfortable here. We've made it comfortable here. Okay, and I want to answer this guy because he seems to think that I'm like living really low or something, or I'm living on a small budget, and I have a pretty decent budget. I'm not going to say what my budget is. I've stated it before in the past, what I live on, and a lot of people seem to think because you choose to live small, and we have a lot of guys here that are fairly wealthy. They have businesses. They have decent size pensions and what have you, and they just want to save money, or they want to spend it on other things besides spending it on something that you don't have to spend it on. You know, for me to go into a gated community, this is the thing: is that I don't see the point of living in a gated community really, because number one, the guards are kind of useless in a lot of these gated communities. They still let people in if you can either bribe them or talk to them, or give, if it's a girl, have a date with them or whatever, but the security is kind of lax, I must say. I don't think it's that great. And the guys in there, for the most part, are decent guys, but there's a lot of guards that get employed there that are not good guards. They don't vet very well, okay? Because I've talked to people that lived in gated communities, and they were telling me that they were letting people through left and right. And when you call down the guardhouse and you yell at them, the next day they're doing the same thing again. So it's kind of, you're paying for what? What are you paying for? The other thing is the pools. The pools at some of these places, and the ones over in General Trias and a few other places around here, sometimes they don't take care of them. They turn all green. The water looks kind of crappy. It doesn't look really nice, and you're paying for that. And if they're not taking care of it, what's the sense of paying for something if you can't use it? Because a lot of these places, they just don't take care of them well. Unless you really move into a high-end place where you're paying a lot of money, you're not getting much. Because I've seen people in these places, and they're bragging about them and saying how nice they are, and then you go over there and you see the pool's all green and kind of crappy. That's just my thoughts on that. Now, some of the places like Hope, yeah, they keep it up fairly well. It is right next to the mall. You're kind of paying for the use of the mall because you're right there, okay? But I would say that place is too small, and I don't want to live. That's a shoebox or a bathroom size apartment. I mean, I just see those as too small for me. They're nice little apartments. Some people love them. But it's smaller than what I live in, and some of them, they're very tiny. But a lot of people say, Steve, you choose to live in there because of your budget. I'm not choosing to live in here because of my budget. I choose to live in here because I like living here. If I go out of my, actually, a couple of people have asked me, hey, Steve, if you ever move, I want to move in there, because they like it here. It's quiet here. It's very quiet. I can go sit out on my porch at night, and it's very quiet out there. It's peaceful. And I'm very close to everything. I have Walmart down the street. Everything's fairly close. It's a short ride on a tricycle. I have a 7-Eleven down the street. I have a barbershop on my same street. I have hotels down the street, 2 hotels now. One's more decent than the other, but I mean, I do have 2 hotels down the street. I have a gym down the street. You know, everything that anybody could want is right here. You know, we actually just had 5 other guys just move here. Okay, they're not all moved in yet. They're moving right up top here in small apartments like this. They're about the same size as this apartment. Maybe a hair smaller, but they're nice. Now the apartments next to me, they're smaller, and we have an expat living in there and one way down further, and they love their apartments. They're happy with their apartments. You know, you don't hear people complaining about the size of the apartments. My apartment is probably about 33% bigger than theirs, maybe a little bit bigger than that. I'm not sure. I think it's about 33% bigger. So my apartment is the biggest of them all. I mean, I'm sitting in my bedroom / living room, and it's a bedroom / living room because it's a 1-bedroom apartment. And I have a living room out there, which is kind of small. But what we decided to do was we decided to put a sofa in our bedroom because our bedroom is really good size. It's big. You guys have seen it in past videos. Now, you know, in the Philippines, in Japan, in Taiwan, in Hong Kong, everybody lives smaller. In Malaysia, unless you live out in the country, most people live in smaller apartments. A lot of people don't get that have not been here. And they think, well, this guy can only afford a small apartment. I can go down the street and get a $600 3-bedroom home if I wanted to, with a huge living room and everything, but I just don't want to. I don't need that space. It's more space to clean. It's more, it's nice to have that extra space, but I think of it as wasted space because I can live smaller, I can live cheaper, and I'm happy because I just go on my computer, I watch the TV behind me, I play the guitar or something like that. I don't need a lot of space. Most people do not. It's a lot of wasted space. I understand a lot of guys want bigger apartments, bigger space, more. They want to have more of everything. That's the American way, kind of. Filipinos don't think like that. Asians don't think like that. They think of, you know, I'll live in whatever I need. I mean, I can remember there was people here living next to us for a while that had like 10 people living there for a while, you know, inside a smaller apartment than this here. Now, would I do that? No, I would not. But, you know, it's right here. It's just me and my girlfriend that live here. And we're very comfortable and very happy here. But I wanted to do this as an answer to some of the people out there that believe that, you know, like some of us don't have money, so we choose to live in the $80 apartments. The difference between an $80 apartment and a $400 to $600 apartment is really negligible. It's not that much of a difference. In fact, my apartment, I think I get more out of my apartment than I would the other apartments in some ways after thinking about it, because number one, it's quiet here. It's super quiet. It's one of the quietest apartments probably in town here. You know, down back here where I live, it is super quiet. No chickens, no roosters, rarely any barking dogs, you know, and you have peace. And if you don't have peace, it's not worth $400 to $600. You know, you go into these places and you don't have peace of mind at those places either. I don't get bothered here much by people. People don't bother me here. I have people coming over here, stopping by, my friends stopping by, and subscribers stopping by once in a while just to say hi. And my place here is in here with all the expats here. We have approximately probably like around, we will soon have about maybe 10 expats, 12 expats living in this area now. Some of them don't come here all the time, but they do have apartments here. It's somewhere around that level right now. And people come and go, they move and they move on to someplace else, and some of them stay here. We have some people across the street, they're planning on staying here. And down further, they're staying here. And then we have the guy at the gym, Daz. Daz is from Rhodesia, and he's over here. You know, he lives over here. He's an expat. He owns the gym. we have a lot of expats in this area, and that's another reason why I like this area. It's kind of like a it's, I won't say it's a mini Dumaguete, because it's not. We don't have all the drama that Dumaguete has as much. And every place, when you have a group of people, you're going to have a little bit of drama. We've had that in the past, and that's kind of come and gone now, which is really nice. That it's quieted down. It's more peaceful here, and it's a lot better. But to say that we're living in a shoebox, this is not a shoebox. It's a very comfortable home. A shoebox. There's homes here you could fit a twin bed in and barely have any leg space to get out of your room and have a small bathroom inside there, and that's it. So that's the difference. I got a bug light out in the other room, and it's zapping something. It must have got caught in the wrong spot or something. That's really going at it. But anyway, I just want to put that out there, guys, for all you guys that are writing those comments. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's show.